Assalamu alaikum, inshallah you're well guys. So today I'm going to speak about universities because last week I was asked a question around whether going to a particular university will improve your chances of securing a grad role. And it's a very important topic, especially for those of you who are in year 13 right now, because you're going to be selecting a handful of universities to apply to via UCAS. Firstly, it's important to understand graduate entry requirements, and many careers in business, finance, and law will accept a degree in any discipline. Typically, it has to be a 2-1, and it can be from any university. So from those entry requirements, you should work out that it's more about getting a 2-1 rather than studying for a particular course or studying at a particular university. Now, before you go ahead and apply to any course, just bear in mind that there are some careers which require a degree in a specific area or subject. For example, there are some careers in finance which require a degree in a maths-based subject, such as economics. So it sounds like that the university you went to doesn't really matter, and if you're in year 13 right now, you can apply to any university, which I do agree with in most part when you come to doing your graduate applications. So long as you meet the entry requirements, you can apply with any university. The system shouldn't throw you out if you haven't been to a non-Russell Group university as an example, nor should it treat you any better if you've gone to Oxford or Cambridge University. The system the employer is using shouldn't be showing any bias. It should be treating all candidates the same. From my own personal experiences, generally speaking, I can vouch for this. I've worked in 4 large organizations to date. That's been with many people on a grad scheme or in post-qualified roles, and they've all come from a range of different backgrounds from different universities, both in the UK and abroad. In my career to date, I haven't noticed any obvious bias or trend that people were being selected from certain universities, certain backgrounds, or having studied a particular course. Where the university you went to can matter is further along the recruitment process, say at the interview stage, because that's where unconscious bias can come into it. One form of unconscious bias is affinity bias, and this is where you show preference or favor someone who has the same interests, backgrounds, or beliefs as you, and flipping it around the other way, you can also treat someone less favorably or negatively even because they don't share the same interest, background, or beliefs. So if you're in an interview and you've gone to the same university as the interviewer, they may show affinity bias towards you. They may treat you more favorably than another candidate who hasn't gone to the same university. For me, as an example, when I'm recruiting for a particular role, I may show affinity bias towards apprentices. I try not to, of course, but it can happen. That's why it's called unconscious bias, because you don't do it deliberately. So here, you could argue that going to a top university such as Oxford, Cambridge, London School of Economics may help you because there's a general wow factor with those universities. An interviewer may be impressed straight away. But equally, at the same time, if the interviewer has an opinion that candidates from these universities are a bit snobbish, I'm not saying they are, but they may have that opinion, then affinity bias can work against those candidates. Now, firms recognize that unconscious bias exists, and they try to remove this from the recruitment process. Ways include by training hiring managers about unconscious bias, having multiple people involved in the recruitment process, and also by providing limited information about a candidate to an interviewer before the interview so that a candidate is only judged based on their performance in the interview. Overall, I'd love to say that this doesn't matter, but in my career, I have seen people treat others differently when they say that they've gone to a particular university or come from a particular background. So unfortunately, humans can show bias or preference towards a particular candidate, but don't let that worry you. It shouldn't matter because regardless of the university you've gone to, if you're motivated, you'll find a way to be successful. For me, I don't care about what university a grad I'm interviewing has been to, and I know many other interviewers will feel the same. So plenty of roles and interviewers out there to whom the university that you went to won't matter. But there is one thing that improves your chances of securing a grad role, and that is by doing a placement or an internship with the firm. This helps because a number of firms will offer grad roles to those who are successful on these schemes because they've already proven they have the right work ethic, the right behaviors, and demonstrated that they have the right skills. So instead of focusing on which university you're at or whether it's impacting your future career prospects, which by the way, you have no control over, focus your efforts and time more on securing a placement or an internship. Inshallah, I'll leave it there, guys. As always, any questions or queries, please feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram.